Hey friends, welcome back to the garden. You know, a lot of people think the show is over once summer fades, but that's not true at all. Some of the most beautiful color happens in fall, when the air cools down and the light softens. That's why today, I'm sharing 10 of my favorite fall blooming perennials that will keep your garden alive with color right up until frost. These are the plants I rely on when I want my beds to look cheerful long after everyone else's have started to fade. So, let's dive in. Asters are like the grand finale of the perennial garden. Their star-shaped blooms light up the landscape in shades of purple, blue, and pink. They bloom late, often in September and October, right when everything else is winding down. The best part about asters is how much pollinators love them. Bees and butterflies flock to these flowers when they're hungry at the end of the season. I always notice monarchs making one last stop on the asters before heading south. If you've got a sunny spot and decent soil, asters will be happy. They're tough and forgiving, and once established, they'll return every year with even more blooms. I've got a cluster along my fence line, and it's one of the brightest things in the yard when the days start getting shorter. Japanese anemones bring this soft, graceful energy to the garden. Their blooms float on tall stems like little butterflies, usually in shades of white and pink. They're late bloomers, starting in late summer and carrying on through fall. These plants thrive in partial shade and rich soil, so they're perfect for spots that don't get blasting sun. Once they're established, they spread gently, creating these beautiful drifts that move in the breeze. In my garden, they're one of those plants that make me stop and stare for a moment. The flowers look so delicate, but the plant itself is hardy. It's the kind of perennial that feels elegant without being fussy. Sedum, especially the variety called Autumn Joy, is a fall classic. Its big clusters of flowers start out pale pink in late summer, and then deepen to rich, rusty reds as the season goes on. It's incredibly drought-tolerant and thrives in poor soil, which means you don't have to fuss over it. I think of Sedum as one of those plant-it-and-forget-it perennials, yet it always shows up and performs. Every September, my sedum is buzzing with bees. I love how it changes color over the weeks, almost like watching the season shift right in front of you. When people think fall flowers, mums are usually the first that come to mind. The hardy perennial varieties are different from the ones sold as quick decor pots. True garden mums come back year after year with dense mounds of color. They come in every shade you can imagine: reds, oranges, yellows, purples, and nothing says fall like a bunch of mums glowing against autumn leaves. I like mixing them into my borders for that classic seasonal look. Give them full sun and well-drained soil, and they'll reward you with color when almost everything else has given up. It's like instant cheer for the garden in September. Goldenrod is a plant that lights up the landscape with tall spires of golden yellow. It's a real showstopper in September, and despite the myths, it doesn't cause allergies. Ragweed is usually the culprit, not goldenrod. It thrives in full sun and is perfect for naturalistic plantings, cottage gardens, or even meadows if you've got the space. Pollinators absolutely adore it. I've always loved how goldenrod looks when it catches the evening sun. It practically glows. It's such an underrated plant, and I think every fall garden needs a patch of it. Now here's a gem for shade lovers. Toad lilies bloom in September with these exotic-looking speckled flowers that almost resemble orchids. They're small, but up close, they're breathtaking. They're perfect for shady corners or woodland gardens where most other plants wouldn't dare to bloom this late in the year. Once established, they spread slowly and come back stronger each fall. I always get comments from visitors when they see the toad lilies. People don't expect something so delicate and tropical looking to be blooming in the crisp fall weather. Joe-Pye weed is a tall, majestic perennial with fluffy clusters of mauve-pink flowers. It can grow 6 feet tall, so it's fantastic for the back of a border or to anchor a pollinator garden. This plant blooms from late summer into fall and is a magnet for butterflies. It thrives in moist soil and full sun, though it can handle a little shade too. In my garden, it feels like a statement piece. Every time I walk by, there's a cloud of butterflies hovering around it, and that always makes me smile. Chelone, or Turtlehead, gets its name from the unique shape of its flowers, which resemble, you guessed it, a turtle's head. The blooms are usually pink, sometimes white, and they show up right when the garden needs a late boost of color. It likes moist soil and partial shade, making it a great choice for rain gardens or damp spots. It's not a plant you see in every yard, but that makes it a little more special. I've always appreciated how sturdy Turtlehead is. Even when other plants are flopping at the end of the season, Turtlehead stands tall and fresh. Helenium brings fiery fall color in shades of red, orange, and yellow. Its daisy-like flowers pop in late summer and carry on into fall, creating a warm, glowing effect in the garden. Despite the name sneezeweed, it won't trigger allergies. Historically, the dried leaves were used as snuff, which is how it got the name. I love mixing Helenium with ornamental grasses for that perfect fall meadow look. It's bold, cheerful, and thrives in full sun. Colchicum is like a little surprise in the garden. Just when you think bulb season is over, these crocus-like flowers push up in September and October. They're actually not true crocuses, but they have the same delicate beauty. They're perfect for naturalizing in lawns or at the edges of borders. Plant the bulbs in summer, and then forget about them until they suddenly appear in fall. In my garden, they always make me smile because they feel unexpected. It's like the garden's last little trick before winter sets in. So there you have it, 10 amazing fall-blooming perennials that will keep your garden looking alive until frost. I love how each one brings its own personality to the season, from the bold colors of Helenium to the graceful elegance of Japanese anemones. If you enjoyed this list, let me know which one is your favorite down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss more gardening ideas all season long. Thanks for hanging out with me in the garden today. I'll see you next time.